Hello, hello, and good evening. Welcome back to another episode of Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole. We are on episode 22. So, hello and good evening. How y'all been this week? Busy week for myself, but how about you? What's new out there? I've just been building and expanding. Didn't get a chance to be too much in front of the television. So I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news is I only got to watch one of those movies, okay? And that was The Substance, as you can see by the thumbnail. And I wasn't sure what to expect, especially because the genre is horror and I don't do horror films, but it was actually a pretty interesting film, pretty interesting storyline. And it it reminded me of quite a few things. I don't know if you guys have seen, hey, good evening. Not sure if you guys have seen the movie You Might Get Lost, but it's almost similar to the point where I won't tell you exactly what happens in the movie, but the lady experiences a bad traumatic experience. She goes to this institute which can alter your past. And so she gets so caught up in altering the past that the movie again is called "Don't Get You Might Get Lost." So, really interesting ending. So that this film reminded me of that because, man, you can get so wrapped up, especially in these perfect beauty standards. And I don't know who's to blame for that. I know, people say it's the men's fault. People say it's the women's fault. I don't know whose fault it is, but it's almost sad to see people alter themselves in such a way. Like I was looking up, I'm gonna pull some up on the screen. I was looking at some of the botched surgeries and stuff, like celebrities have had, and man, some of these people are so they're not bad looking. They're very beautiful people, but you just get caught up in being so perfect. And where does that come from? To the point where people hate themselves and they start taking drugs and getting on these tables to get cut up, man. And I'm not trying to say nothing about nobody, but again, how you get to the point where you dislike yourself so much that that becomes an option. And man, yeah, so like look at this lady. Now they call her the cat lady. I would hate to be, they poor thing, they got Michael Jackson on here. Donatella Versace. I mean, yeah, she had strong features, but I don't know, you just gotta love yourself. But I just feel like she took that substance. No, there was no questions asked. I would have been asking a whole bunch of questions like, where do I, first of all, how does it change your life? I'm sorry if you guys if you guys have not seen the movie, I won't tell too much, but it was just so many questions I had. I don't want to say too much. I don't know what to say right now, but without telling the movie. So, but yeah, just a crazy movie. But I did, yeah, I did see the spiritual aspect of it as well. I believe, just to put this on the screen, I'll go back to the other questions in just a bit, but let me put this back on. But you said, I think it's a spiritual thing. You like the image you have in your mind, but it's a false image you can never achieve. Exactly. Exactly. And then you get to the point where, again, you were made perfect. I wouldn't say perfect. We're made fearfully and wonderfully made. So you're you for a reason. You have the things that you have for a reason. And when you try to, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to talk too down on it, but I did feel like it was I thought it was a good message, to be honest. Like they might want to show that to people before they start getting these surgeries and stuff. maybe they'll think twice. Maybe they'll think twice. Um, but yeah. Oh, okay. Listen, I don't know. Like I did, sometimes I'm slow on watching movies. So, but let me go request. So first of all, let me not skip. I to see 1984. You said I like horror films. I'm not big on blood and gore, and usually, like, I don't mind a horror film as long as it doesn't have too much blood and gore in it. I made my husband walk out on Resident Evil when we first went to see it. Gladiator 2, Gladiator, the old Gladiator, that set in Roman times. What other movie did I make him walk out on? Highlander. Oh no, when they were started cutting off heads, I said we got to go. So I'm that girl. Not too much blood and gore for me, but yeah, it was a good movie. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be worse than that. You said, did I ever watch the Kendrick video? Yes, I did. I did watch it. I don't understand. I didn't understand where the God is a gangster came in at, to be honest. But I kind of wasn't surprised by the whole way that he looked like he was demon possessed. And so again, we have this guy who's being put on the pedestal as if he's Jesus, but then everything that he does is demonic. And then they try to, soothe us into it. Oh, well, he's just trying to be, he's just trying to demonstrate. Oh, I get it. But I guess I never found the reason to act demon possessed. And nothing that I've done have I ever had to act like I was possessed. So I don't know. But I did watch it. It was very strange. It reminded me of Rihanna's video, the What Now? It reminded me of that video. He said, I know Michael had that incident on stage where his skin got messed up, but I personally never thought that was him. I feel he died after Thriller. That's interesting. So I've heard a few things about Michael's. And so this incident that you're speaking of is when he got burned during the Pepsi commercial. And I think that fire got the top of his head really, really well. I'm not sure where the degree of the burn spread. I don't know if it was all over his face or what happened. But rumor has it that, one, he's still alive, but that he walks around in white face pretty much. Like he's one of those people that have the skin mask and he's walking around as a white guy. So that we don't recognize him. Again, not saying I believe this stuff, just telling you what I heard. And then I don't know. They say that he had vitiligo, which causes, and I don't mean to call people out, but I'm just trying to get visuals, like Willow Harlow, I think her last name is, the model. And so you get patchy, discoloration on your skin. And so he goes into a skin tank, an oxygen tank at night. And then that's how he became white. There's been so many different crazy things I've heard about MJ, but what made you think that he died after Thriller, though? Do you think, you think the fire had something to do with that, or you think it was something else? Yeah, so many different conspiracy theories on MJ. We could have had a miniature spoiler warning. To be honest, the movie has been out for a while now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was. I didn't know how new or old it was, but I just know me. I don't like to know what's going on in movies before I watch it. So that's just me. But again, she didn't ask enough questions. There's absolutely no way that, number one, you're going to say, oh, it changed my life. Because I'm going to ask you, okay, how did it change your life? I want details of how it changed your life. Then when she got the box, oh, there's going to be two of me. What do you mean? Where's she going to go? Where am I going to go? She didn't ask what happens when the food runs out. I mean, obviously, the food got sent to her, but she didn't know that up front. In my mind, I'm like, dang, they're gonna gank her and she only gonna have 7 days to live. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but yeah, just a weird movie. Weird movie. You said he was definitely cloned though. Again, I've heard so many different things, but for sure the fact that he's walking around with a skin mask on. The same way that he would do when he was alive. They said that he would show up on set with it on and, just sit around you like a regular person. So, except for just a personal thing, I think his music didn't sound at all like him. For example, the song Break of Dawn, it just sounds like an MJ impersonation to me. Okay. And shoot, you never know, because with all this AI out here, you never know. But I mean, I thought it sounded like him. I know that his voice really changed throughout his whole career, obviously from him being young when he started out, but even from the off the wall to bad, I felt like he sounded different. Still sounded like Michael, but a different tone to me. So I don't know. But you just never know these days. You said, I knew you'd at least be entertained by that movie. That's why I kept pressing. No, it was really good. Yeah, it just shows the dangers of, like I said, I thought it had a good moral to it. She really did want that beauty that bad, but she wasn't ugly. That's the crazy part. I think the underlying aspect was she was willing to sacrifice any part of herself for adoration and worship. That I saw that as well, but I also, what popped in my mind is a house divided against itself cannot stand. I know it was a weird scripture to pull out, but I'm thinking, man, she was eating herself up because she wanted that beauty so bad. And then her cells were, I guess it was one person, but they were fighting against each other. It's like you're fighting yourself and then you end up destroying yourself. And again, just even with those botched pictures and stuff, that's what people do on a daily basis. And most of the time you can't go back after you start cutting into yourself and injecting yourself, and man, you cannot go back. You might as well just keep the little, I'm not calling y'all ugly. I'm not calling nobody ugly. I'm just saying keep the ugly that you got. Even, keep it, because it could be a lot worse. So, yeah, again, I used to, man, I wish more people really took that into consideration, but yeah. Anyways, I guess not a segue because it's totally different, but what do y'all think about Trump's faith advisor, Miss Paula White, claiming that $1,000 gift is going to get you what does she call it? Seven supernatural blessings. 7 supernatural blessings. They're just getting awfully close to the 7 seals and all that stuff for me. Like I said, I'm still watching with I'm just being very circumspect, but man, I just feel like they're playing around a little too much. And these preachers don't learn either. Marvin Sapp trying to hit his people up for 40,000, locking doors and stuff, but also what I got from it was the Gemini man, or the subconscious that truly guides people's actions. The younger version of her was the subconscious that overpowered her till it consumed her. Yes, absolutely. And I wouldn't even I don't know how far I believe into the subconscious and all that. I think she was, that was how she really felt in her waking everyday life. Every time she got up in the morning, she was mad at herself. She was hating herself. I was so mad when she didn't go on that date. I'm like, girl, if you don't get out that house, she looked fine. But again, um, I've heard, I don't know if I should say it, but I guess sometimes you could look so far into the past and, who you were and what you were, and you forget to move forward. I'll just say that. When Britney Spears was in that accident and there was rumors of cloning when he made the music video for Lucky, where she's looking down at herself being famous. Um, yeah, I mean, all the people that, if I really look back on it, all the people that had quote unquote, uh, I don't know, death hoaxes. Sorry, I couldn't remember what the phrase was. Death hoaxes about them. They've all come out looking cloned. Britney Spears had the accident. I heard, she had passed away in it. She obviously, people speak about her being a clone. Will Smith, I heard he passed away on the movie set of, not Hitch. What's the one? Hancock. And obviously he's always talking about being cloned. Kevin Hart, shoot, people still don't really think that he walked away from that accident. He speaks about being cloned. So if I really think about it, yeah, there's a lot of people that had death hoaxes and supposedly they've been cloned. So again, I showed y'all that petition where it says that she's deceased. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know why they would have that. You said, I don't pay attention to Trump much or the government, but I know this whole segregation thing got people nervous. I've been seeing bits and pieces about that, but I really haven't much read into it. What the heck is going on with that? They're trying to segregate the world again? Yeah, I did. I really didn't read into that. Maybe because I feel like it's doing it all on purpose. You said they said she got decapitated. Yes, in the car accident, but people don't say much about her. Exactly. Yeah, I heard that. So who's to know? Oh, there was another person, Eminem. They said he had a death hoax about him, and he definitely looks cloned. He barely come out of his house. I don't know what Eminem is doing these days, but he barely comes out. But he looks way different than he used to look. So yeah, who knows? But no, yeah, I don't know. I have to look into the whole segregation thing. That's So it sounds like a race war bait, but they said they'd ban vape soon and also food coloring. Who knows? Yeah, it's crazy how they yeah, again, race bait. I agree with that. That's probably why I didn't really look into it, because again, I don't be fighting with nobody over that stuff. But I hear they're banning a lot of the well, I didn't hear about the vapes, but I did hear about the TCA and the flour that they've been selling in a lot of these shops. And I don't know if they're popping up a lot around y'all, but on almost every corner out here, there's a new vape shop, a new smoke shop. But now they're starting to pass bills to ban it. So they're only going to be able to sell CBD and I think another variant of CBD. So I don't know what these people are going to do that have opened up all these stores, but goodness. Um Trump got elected and thought, nah, I'm gonna start some BS with everybody. I mean, basically, and I don't know if it's for good or for evil. I do understand a lot. I know that we're going to start talking about some of the lies in textbooks and how the elites infiltrated the education system, which is why a lot of these organizations are getting shut down. They were, deep state organizations that were gobbling up money, buku money every month. I heard about I think it was, I don't even know what kind of organization it was out here, but I heard they were reaping in $18 million a month to run it. They were supposed to be housing homeless people or, people who couldn't afford rent, and all the beds were empty. So those type of organizations are getting shut down, I know. But I don't know about what else. But he sure is. He got his foot on everybody's neck. So Eminem's new album cover has his head in a body bag. What? Standing while he's standing over it? Oh my goodness. The album is about killing Slim Shady. Pretty weird. Whoa, hold on. Okay. What? First of all, I mean, when's the last time he's even been Slim Shady? Do we even call him that anymore? So why are you trying to, unless he's speaking about his alter ego and he's trying to get rid of him, but dang, it's been a long time. I'm not seeing this body bag cover though. They probably got it hidden. But yeah, that's weird. They're always doing that stuff where they're killing themselves off. Okay, it's called The Death of Slim Shady. He's killing his alter ego. Okay. Again, a lot of these people who have been what am I trying to say? Abused to the point where they have dissociative disorders, personality disorders. They don't want these alter egos. But again, isn't it weird that they know about them? I thought the whole point was for them not to know about each other. But yeah. Okay, I'll have to look. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I see it now. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me put this on here. I just wouldn't even, I don't know. I just wouldn't portray myself like that. It's just weird. Yeah, that's just weird. Yeah, I didn't even know that he was coming out with a new album. So he's actually been kind of, nobody's talking about it. Mm, I guess. I'll just say that, I guess. I don't know. So what else has been going on? 23andMe went bankrupt and they're selling your DNA to various companies to pay the debt. So I was looking into the reasons why people would even want your DNA. And apparently it's to target you because, well, they said one of the reasons is because our genetics dictate our diets. And so I guess they're just going to try to find new ways to sell us particular products. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Affecting 6.9 million customer accounts. See, they're not even responsible with personal information. They're not responsible with your blood, with your DNA, with your social security numbers, none of that stuff, with your money, your taxes. They just do any and everything they want to do. So yeah, I'm not necessarily worried about the things that are going on in this election, but I don't know. But you said vapes are taking over the youth. It's wild how many teens smoke now. I mean, do you think that it was different? I mean, I guess I feel like youth have always smoked, but I haven't. I guess I haven't really been around too many youth to see that them smoking like that. But wasn't that? I don't know. Weren't those vapes killing people at one point, putting holes in people's hearts? Yeah, I wonder why though. I wonder why vapes would be taking over the youth. Maybe because they made them look cool. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, what else has been going on? Sorry, y'all, just a second. You said they advertise it as such, then reverse psychology, don't vape. And they do that often. They do that all the time. They did it with cigarettes. Shoot, they did it with milk. And I think I saw something on that the other day. Remember all those got milk commercials that they had? And then all of a sudden, milk is bad for you. I mean, when I was growing up, milk did the body good. And then all of a sudden, so it's hard to even know what you should consume or what you shouldn't because again, they lie so much. And they lie so much. So when I was younger, I seen more teens my age smoke weed a bit, but I think it's way worse now. And I think mostly there's so much they have too much time on their hands. Because during your teenage years, man, I don't know. Like you're not, and again, not everybody's the same, but I was playing sports, I was working jobs, I was, like I said, in the children's ministry. I was doing all kinds of different. I didn't have time to do that kind of stuff at that age. You were, I just feel like you're always running around. The neighborhood kids were always doing something. Yeah, I just don't. And maybe because most of the people that I knew were athletes, maybe that's what I was around and that's all I saw. So I don't know what the other kids were doing. I had track practice after school. So in high school. And then when I was in college, I had track practice. I mean, I had dance practice after I went to class. So But now I guess I see gobs of kids after they get out of school. I mean, there's so many of them where I'm at. They're just walking home. They got their pajamas on. They got their bonnets on. They're just walking home. And I don't remember seeing that. And I was always a person that walked to school. Never seen, like I said, we were all in sports, so there wasn't large numbers of kids just walking home after school. What are you going home to do? What are y'all doing? I know you're all not all going home straight home to do your homework. So I don't know. Again, different time. I mean, what do they even like to do these days? I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know. But I don't know. If you had to put, what do you think these communities need for the youth? So they can not, so they can stay out of trouble. What do you think it requires? Because I don't even know if they have after school programs like that anymore. There were so many different clubs and organizations that you could join. Even rec centers after school were packed, like the Boys and Girls Club and the little programs for latchkey kids. You went there after school. They had foosball and all kinds of stuff, basketball that you could play until it was time for your parents to get off work, and then you went home. So I don't know what kids are doing these days. But yeah. So let's see here. The youth is raised entirely on bad influences. Everything is completely died out. Third places don't exist anymore. After school programs don't exist like that. Kids just go home. That's really it. That's what I figure. Because I don't even, the only two kids I see playing outside are the kids that live across the street over here. Other than that, I don't see not one kid playing. Not riding a bike, kickball games going on. No one's playing baseball, tag. I mean, nothing's going on. What are y'all doing out there for fun? No, for real. Real question. What do y'all do for fun? I know y'all asked me once what I get into when I'm not reading and writing. Said, no, when do you think Hollywood will finally end? It's slowly bleeding out and losing its influence. What happens after that? Mm. Do you think that Hollywood's going to die out? Because I see it that way, but on the other hand, I see that they're just replacing people, out with the old, in with the new. Because now, I mean, I'm just looking at the new generation of singers that we have, and it's all the same thing. I thought the whole leotard thing on stage was going to die out. Like one or two people were going to do it. And now every outfit, every costume is a leotard. And it's been that way for years and years. And so you see new singers, like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in people like Coco Jones and stuff, where Man, now you're doing it too. You couldn't just stay in the lane that you were in and make it? I guess not. So I think, like Lil Duval says, it's fake outrage. He'd be like, "What y'all fake caring about today?" Because we took out the Hollywood that we thought, oh, they're, we shut down the pedos and the baby eaters and all that kind of stuff, and we're just ushering a new crowd. But that's a good question. What happens after that? What will people turn to then? It's been dying out for the last 5 years. The replacements have way less influence, and also some replacements don't even exist. For example, hip hop doesn't have any replacement. The old dudes are it. And hey, that's a good point. Um, and I can see that. I can see the replacements having way less influence because people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Again, y'all look all the same. Y'all sound all the same. Everybody wants to sing in that baby voice and then singing like this. There's no powerhouses anymore. There's no, I mean, the songwriting all sounds the same. So I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah, hip hop is dang near dry as a bone out there. But that is a great question. What will people do after that? Are we moving into an era where people are gonna start? Well, I don't know, man. Did you see how they ripped Felicia Rashad the other day when she was on the Breakfast Club and she was talking about how pretty much there's no modesty in the way that women are dressing? And man, I saw one lady call her a pick me. I was, if you're gonna call a timeless beauty like Felicia Rashad a pick me, and she still looks better than at her age. What is she, like in her 70s? Than half the ladies on the scene out there right now, and she's getting called names. We're lost. We're lost. And I've never seen Miss Felicia dress like a streetwalker. Never had to do that. Never seen scandal about her. Nothing. And they ripped into her. For the last 5 years, hip hop has been surviving fully off slutting out women rappers. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Sexy Red, Ice Spice. These girls only have a 3 to 4 year window at this point. But yeah, but remember when JD said that and they got on him for that? He was like, y'all are strippers pretty much. They're rapping strippers. And they were like, nah. But no, that's all we see. And listen, Meg Thee Stallion she can actually rap. I like her freestyles more than I really don't listen to her music. But if she has anything to fall back on, it's that. But again, where did the image come from that is what sold? They mad at Mariah because she's standing at the microphone and sing because she can't dance. Have you seen? I love Mariah, but have you? She doesn't dance, and thank goodness because they might have had her out there like a Cardi B. Now that's all they can do. Unpopular opinion alert. I'm so sick of Kendrick Lamar. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry either. I've never, never liked him. Never liked him, and it's so many people. I'll just say this: I can't scroll down a timeline without seeing him. seeing his face, seeing a picture, seeing a lyric. So I'm with you on that. But mm, but that's what they do though. That's what they do. They get they get people, they put them on a pedestal and they just play them out till you're sick and tired of them. And some people you don't get sick and tired of for, 50 years, 100 years down the line, but still. A 3 to 4 years window. I told you a minute ago, these new women from 23 and on want to be treated like whores. How get paid for their time? I don't know why. I don't know why either. I don't know why either. But that's what society has come to. But again, I think people are getting sick of that as well. I think people are sick and tired of the whole culture to the point where a lot of these people don't even want to date no more. They're talking about they're not going to sleep around anymore. It's just going to be the ones that want to be on the strip on the strip. Yeah, so Ashanti can't perform without her booty cheeks hanging out, even Beyonce doing it, like all them doing it. Pretty much. And to be honest, like I didn't even know that Beyonce had gone as far as she had until I was doing um, the Baphomet Queen video, and I put a clip of Haunted in there, and I was like, this chick got her booty cheeks out in the music video. I did not know that she had taken it that far. Yeah, baffled me. But no, Shanti, hey, this is what they feel that they have to do in order to sell. But again, there's so many artists that are not doing that, but they're underground. But if they want the machine behind them, if they want the music industry to back them, then they got to bow down. I get more attention if I mistreat women, which is wild because I'm a gentleman and chivalrous, but I have to act out of character as mistreat them. Even the Christian women are like this. Really? That's actually sad to hear. Um, I want to say I heard them talking about, I don't know if it was on the radio that I heard them talking about it, or it might have been a podcast, but they actually were bringing up something like that. Remember how they used to say, like, the guy that likes you, you start pulling your hair on the playground and all that kind of stuff. And so women get accustomed to that if a man mistreats them, then he loves them. Again, I don't know where that mindset crept in to society, but they even have old sayings of, if he don't beat me twice a day, he don't love me, that kind of stuff from back in the day. I mean, I guess, but I don't know why that would be so. I guess I don't know how to, that's weird. But maybe it's on a thing where now you seem like a project to them. And yeah, he's mean to me now, but maybe when he gets to know me, I can change his mind and, he'll start treating me like the woman I am. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. I guess I'm just trying to understand why that would be. Yeah, that's weird. That's why I just don't date or court no more because I gotta be someone I'm not. And that's sad because I've always been really big on just being yourself, being yourself, being yourself. Even when I used to train my dealers, I'm like, they used to come in and be worried about whether they could do the job or not. I'm like, listen, the easiest thing, the way to make your money is to be yourself. Because it's hard to keep a facade. You forget who you were yesterday. You forget who you were like that too. Too much, yeah, too much flip floppiness. But no, that's sad. Because I know people want to date, they want to do things like that, but I don't know. I think there hopefully there's still some regular folk out there that don't mind that. They're probably just not, allowed on the internet. Either you're a project to them or a challenge for them to conquer up until you constantly like them, then you're born to them. Yep, either way it's dumb to me. Yeah. I can see that too. I could see that too. A lot of women are speaking about I mean just that, just divorcing because they're bored. One lady said that her husband grounded her too much, meaning she was kind of like a wild child, and he, not that he kept her in her place like that. She was like, he's a very good provider, very, good dad, all this stuff. But I don't know if she wanted to be for the streets and he didn't want, I don't know. I don't know what these women want or these men. I don't know. But maybe this will be the catalyst that's needed for people to change direction. Like I said, if people are sick and tired of it, then maybe they'll change your trajectory. Not all women, just to clarify. Tia Mowry suicide bombed her own house and marriage, then came crawling back months after. Bruh, both men and women are dumb. Yeah. And if she's gone back, I heard that she has gone back, and I'm actually happy about that. I just wish she wouldn't have made a spectacle of herself on the internet. I wish she just would have kept that to herself and not get on the internet talking mess, talking slick. She should have just kept that to herself. Because I think a lot of things, so many things, especially relationships, can be fixed when you don't have people all up in your business. Because a lot of times you're too embarrassed to fix it. Because you've told so many people about it. You told, you know, Jack and Jill how bad Tom and Jane were, that now if you go back, they looking at you upside your head. And so you don't put your pride aside and fix what needs to be fixed. And again, I don't know where it became a thing to put all your business on the internet. These women get on here, and I speak a lot about women because I'm a woman and I don't police men like that. But man, get on here telling all your business, the good, the bad, the ugly, is not a good look. DeAndre, Mr. Robinson, how are you doing? It is so good to see you. Life has been treating me well, and we hope it's treating you well as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like I said, I've been super busy just trying to rebuild my life. So that's what I be doing. No, I hope he sit the door on her face so hard. Oh, shut the door on her face so hard. She ended up with the backwards. Daddy duck. No, sorry, I can't read tonight. She said he did nothing wrong. She just graduated, nigga. I know, and but I think he is. I guess I've been hearing that he is having her back. But he wanted his family. That was really, really big to him. And kudos to him. He just wanted to be a good husband, a good father. And for some reason, people don't like that these days. Mr. Brian Renard Davis said, man, what it do? Dope channel. I really appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much for being here. It's good to see you. Said, random question, but do you believe in soul ties? Okay, so I don't know if I believe in it in the sense of, okay, I'm not going to tell you what I don't believe in it as. I believe it in the sense of those people are always tied to you. And I've said this before. A random thought, it could be 15, 10 years down the line. You could see a face, a name would be a reminder, a smell will be a reminder, but it always leads back to that person that you were with. And I don't think that's something that you can escape. I think you might forget details and different things like that. I mean, I know there's people that have been with way too many people to remember, but I think in some way, form, or fashion, you still remember that person. And sometimes that can be harmful to your future relationships. That's when you start comparing people to the last boo, what he used to do, what he didn't do, and then you bring that into new relationships. So I do in a sense, but again, I haven't studied it so deeply as to know all the nuances with it. But yeah, them folks stay with you, whether you like it or not. Yep, whether you like it or not. And that's why people have such a, I guess that's why the science of pair bonding exists. Because they say once you've had so many, it hinders your what's the attractor? Sorry, y'all, I can't think of all these chemicals right now. But whatever chemical that is that attracts you and ties you to a person, it starts hindering that and eating away at that. So it's hard for those type of people to stay married once they've had so many bodies. Oxytocin, thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all be knowing. Yeah, pretty much. There was something else I was going to say about that, but it's escaping my mind right now. But yeah, you don't want to have too many if you can handle it, because hard to move on. He said, I agree, that can mess with you subconsciously pretty bad. Yep. And that's why, again, I mean, you just see it so much. Just watch these videos. They talk about Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and how they can't settle down because so-and-so, now he needs to have X, Y, and Z. It's just too much. It's too much. I don't think that we were meant to. I know, again, it's a big argument, but I don't think we were meant to be with that many people. I think we're supposed to make a union with one, make your memories with that person. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, it's even to the point where they're calling married women They're likening married women to prostitutes as well. It's really weird. Are you familiar with a phenomenon called microchimerism? No, I'm not. That was a lot to say. No, I'm not. Please enlighten me. Please enlighten me. Phenomenon call. I'll be looking up stuff too. Phenomenon call micro. It sounds as though you take on facets of people as you come in contact with them, but I'm just guessing off the top of my head. Right? No, that one I did not. I put it in my screenshots to listen to it, and I meant to listen to it right after I did the Kendrick, and I did not. I'll be getting sidetracked, y'all. So I apologize. I will listen to that. I will. I still have it in my notes. But let me get to this. Microchimerism is the presence of a small number of cells in an individual that have originated from another individual and are therefore genetically distinct. This phenomenon may be related to certain types of autoimmune diseases, although the responsible mechanisms are unclear. Wait, what? What? Sorry, what? I'm trying to figure out what the heck. The term comes from the prefix micro chimerism based on hybrid chimera of Greek mythology. Okay, but what are they trying to say? In humans, the most common form is fetal maternal microchimerism, whereby cells from a fetus pass through the placenta and establish cell lineages within the mother. Fetal cells have been documented to persist and multiply in the mother for several decades. Oh my goodness. The exact phenotype of these cells is unknown. What? I really don't understand what. I guess I got to read some more. What exactly that's supposed to. What's supposed to happen at that point? Yeah, what's. I don't get it. What's happening? Hold on, I got to get to another article. Okay, so the mothers can carry unique genetic material from their children's bodies. Do they have pictures? Is this I still have so many questions. I'm like, is this a common thing? That's how. Okay, they don't have any pictures. No, but to answer the question, no, I haven't heard of this. But I guess I want to see what is supposed to be happening. What's the effects of it? You said supposedly if I have a child with a woman, the child can pick up traits, characteristics, and genetics of the woman's previous sexual partners. Oh my goodness. Please don't take me for a woman basher. No, I wasn't thinking that at all. What? Oh, I'd be mad as I don't know what. I'd be mad as I don't know what. Can you imagine? Because most people, I don't know, it could be me, but you want to, I want a child looks like or a boy that looks like my husband. The girl, she can look like me, but imagine that baby coming out looking like somebody that you had a quote unquote soul tie with, that you was rumping in the sheets with, and your baby come out looking like that. I wish I ain't gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna keep it clean. I'm disturbed as I don't know what. No, I hadn't heard of that. That's all the more reason to keep that count low. Mm-mm. It's just so many weird things can happen. I've never, yeah, there's so many weird things can happen. It's almost like, man, a lot of the stuff needs to be shown in the sex ed classes. It might change some minds. And it says that it can, the baby cells can manipulate the mom's body for decades. And how your baby cells can stay with you for life. I guess. Man, I don't know why, but it almost reminded me of the Substance movie. It felt like you creating another self. I don't know. It's weird. You said, yeah, I've heard of that phenomenon. There was some studies done on that, like the one regarding the sperm cells or whatever being left in the DNA of a woman. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that phenomenon, but that's some man. Again, all the more reason. Sarah said, "Go ahead, say it, Auntie. I can't. I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I try, but yeah, that's. There's just way too much going on out there. I mean, even did you see that Tamar? If y'all, these singers and stuff, Tamar Braxton, how she's talking about she's taking PrEP. Now, PrEP is that HIV medicine that they're always advertising, but it's like, girl, you really out there in the streets? I mean, it's just way too much going on to be out there in the streets. And then she almost 50 at that. Old folk tale. Two American blacks had a child who, when began talking, had a Jamaican accent. Come to find out, the wife had a girl's trip to Negro. Sorry, I don't know how to Negro. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. My goodness. Wow. So people out here getting caught up with the foolishness. That's crazy. Mm, mm-mm. I'm looking up the sperm cells altering the woman's DNA because, like I said, I vaguely remember that. I just want to kind of touch up. Semen has controlling power over female genes and behavior. My goodness. It takes control of female genes. Sex can trigger remarkable female responses, including altered fertility, immunity, libido, eating, and sleep patterns. Oh my goodness. That's why people crazy. They got so many different men's seeds taking over their body. They all know up from down. Well, you know what? That actually makes sense though. To say the two become one in marriage, and marriage you're supposed to consummate it with sex. And so that would make sense that if that's who you're sleeping with and you're collecting his DNA, you're eventually merging back into one. You can't. Wow. Wow, that is pretty. Nope, I'm with you on that. That's some pretty crazy stuff. Thank you for that information, Mr. Brian. My mind is blown. But I thought it was a study solely based on the woman. And so if she has multiple partners and if there are some leftover fluids in her, she can have multiple DNA in her and she can act like them. Yeah, that's what it's sounding like. And that just makes so much more sense. Y'all, I think we just cracked some more science. Some more science in the Bible. They said your sleep patterns be off. I don't know if y'all seen that interview where that lady was talking about it. She was like, you could pretty much, what she say, you could have D so good that'll make you slap your mama. And she was for real about that. She was like, make you want to slap somebody. That's what's going on. These women are getting that D and crashing out. My. Mm-mm. Solid stuff, Brian. Solid stuff. Yes. Man. Okay. Well, I mean, what can you say to that? It say into your bloodstream, brain, and your spine. That's your whole. Yeah, that's everything about you right there. And that also might be the reason why we have, it says the woman will have a desire for her husband. I mean, they be mad calling women pick me's because they like men, but it's in our DNA. Once they offer it, there's nothing you can do about it. But but have y'all heard? I guess I've been seeing a lot of memes pop up about men as well. How they pretty much, men in their first love is something that they never forget, and they're pretty much always desiring that person, always wanting that person. I wonder if there's scientific evidence on the man's end like that as well. Look, can women DNA alter men? Oh no, they're gonna keep bringing it back to the lady. Yeah. Mm-mm. But speaking of soul ties, a lot of, so have y'all heard of, or do you believe in spirit spouses? Because I've heard a lot about that as well. And I don't know if that has to do with soul ties, where they say these spirit spouses, I don't know if I think they're strictly in your dreams, but to the point where they'll ruin your marriage. You'll start wanting to sleep with your husband. You'll only want to sleep with your spouse in your spirit spouse in your dreams. You start having these spirit children. Yeah, I don't know if it's on some witchcraft stuff, like if that's the where it originates from. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so shamanism. The spirit spouse is a widespread element of shamanism distributed through all continents at all cultural levels. Often these spirit husbands, wives are seen as primary helping spirits of the shaman who assist them in their work and help them gain power in the spirit world. The relationship shamans have with their spirit spouses may be expressed in romantic, sexual, or purely symbolic ways and may include gender transformation. What? As a part of correctly pairing with their spouse. Shamans report engaging with their spirit spouse through dreams, trances, and other ritual elements. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, heck no. Okay, I was going to say that too. Spirit spouses of the sea. I knew it had to do with marine spirits at that, because that's where I first heard about spirit spouses at. They have to do with the marine spirits. Mm-mm. So, yeah. Oh, these are supposed to be the same as incubus and succubus. Mm-mm. I don't know. So I don't know if those are the same things. They sound kind of different. You said, so really it's an evil spirit you're molded with? See, I don't know. And I think that's kind of where that would take us if we went down that route. So that's why I'm thinking that they might be two different things. Yeah. I think the spirit spouse is more on the evil tip than what a soul tie would be. So yeah, the spirit spouses are more like the incubus succubus kind, where they come and have sex with you in your dreams and they create this mystical marriage. Because once again, when you sex is how you consummate the marriage. Yeah, this is some weird stuff, y'all. Mm-mm. I don't know. We gotta be careful out there. With men, it's mental. When I see a girl who favors a girl I get high anxiety. Ain't as bad as it used to be, though. Emotional on the men and physical on the women. We've been bamboozled. Mm, okay. Okay. So, okay. I guess I'm trying to liken it to something I can illustrate it with. Because when you say mental, are you still talking about, is there still a chemical aspect to it? Or is it more like a imprinting? I don't know if you guys have seen like the Twilight movies, but that imprint seems like something that you can't get away from. Once it happens, you can't undo it. But dang, high anxiety, that's pretty illustrative. But I can see that. I can see how it's kind of changed. The roles have changed by you saying that, emotional on the men and physical on the women. Okay, yes, imprint, so to speak. Okay. Okay, that I can understand then. Because back in the day, I mean, it's been such a long time, but my husband, but my then boyfriend was saying pretty much like the chemical aspect of his love for me had gone away. And I thought that was such a bad thing at the time, but now I understand like, oh, it's not just that. It's not, I guess what you would have been lust back then. It wasn't that anymore. It was a love thing. It was something that couldn't be broken. It was you're deciding, it's a choice. You're deciding to do it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know where you stay, but over here they've been spraying the skies more than usual with chemtrails. I stay in Texas. I don't really, I can't really say that I see them spraying here, but I live really close to our big airport. And so if it's not, airport carrying people or FedEx or a military plane, there's really not that much going on in the skies. Maybe they have to keep it clear, but yeah, I don't see them spraying the chemtrails too much or spraying anything. But I'm not surprised. I have seen videos where they're definitely doing that. And have y'all seen the clip of Prince talking about it? And he said that when he noticed that the chemtrails were being sprayed, then his community would be in an uproar. Pretty much people would start fighting and arguing. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's not a long clip. They might have scrubbed it. I see one, but it's in Spanish. Oh, there it goes. Hold on. Oh, that's a TikTok video. Let's see. But again, there are just more poisons for the crops. They're definitely trying to kill us all. Okay, let's see if it'll play for us. I need a new laptop. I'll put that on the list.
Really moved me and a lot of my friends. I show it to everybody that comes over the house, especially white folks, because they need to hear that, so that they know more about all of us. Because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever, and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it.
All right. So yeah, Prince was speaking about it a long time ago. A long time ago. I mean, take note if you don't mind. Take note if you see anything as they're spraying these chemtrails. If you feel like you're experiencing what Prince was saying, because I know more than ever they're trying to poison us. The crops, making sure that we're eating pesticides and all that kind of stuff. So, depopulation is no joke. So basically when he see you, he's not looking at you physicality, he's looking at you respectfully. Yeah, like obviously, likes the way you look, right? But exactly, it's beyond that now. I could lose my legs tomorrow, and the man told me he'd walk me. He said he walked me every day. So yeah, definitely rather imprint. Yeah, and not with a whole bunch of people, because that's crazy. I mean, just thinking about it now, like, man, you've got to walk around with everybody's DNA in you that you've been with. It'll make you a crazy, crazy person. But yeah, what else did I see? I don't know if it was on the lines of chemtrails, but it was definitely something dealing with food. They're just doing way too much tampering with the food. And that's really making me upset. That's what I saw. I saw even to the where it says scientists are now converting plastic waste into vanilla flavoring using genetically engineered bacteria, and it is already being added to ice cream, chocolate, baked goods, candies, beverages, and more. So when you see vanilla is okay. Vanilla is just the regular vanilla, but if you see vanilla flavoring, that's this plastic waste that they're trying to feed us now. So it's just like on the one hand, they're trying to, remove because I think who was that they removed the fluoride from the water. So they're already starting to do, a little bit in different places. And some people are worried about the fluoride being removed from the water because they're thinking, okay, well, what about our teeth health? But fluoride is a neurotoxin. So number one, it messes with the brain. Number two, have y'all seen? I've seen a video where this man was like, I haven't brushed my teeth in, he was an older man, but pretty much in like 30 years, he hadn't brushed his teeth. And he's like, I don't need to. He's like, I don't have cavities. I don't have anything wrong with my teeth. Never had to, none of that stuff. Because, of course, he was getting clowned for it. And he was like, have you seen what toothpaste does to things? And this mofo put the toothpaste on some rust and scrubbed it a little bit. And do you know it cleaned all the rust off? So then I started looking up videos of different people using toothpaste to clean off rust. They were using it on their car parts, on concrete. They were using it on all kinds of stuff. And this is the stuff that we're using on our teeth on a day-to-day basis. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because this is some messed up stuff. And so, man, they want to do everything but help Americans. How about they tamper with making me rich? I know. Let's try that. I know that's right. But they're not going to do it. There's a man. I don't want to sound like a socialist, but there's enough resources for everybody to have a piece. And I get it, with the way things are set up. But goodness. But goodness. It's hard to see Like there's so many homeless people out here. And this is a military city. And even they're being done wrong. There is human DNA in meat. Yeah, probably because they're humans. I think a lot of humans are being ground up. I think a lot of humans are being ground up and being put in the meat. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. And man, why do they want us to eat? Why do they want us to be cannibals so bad? I think it's in Cuba where everybody plants a garden and they all are able to share with each other's garden. There's enough resources for everybody to eat. They just don't want everybody to eat. But no, that's gross because you really don't know, unless they tell you. You really wouldn't know what you're eating. But that's gross. Mm-mm. Let me see what else I've seen. Um, I don't know. I know Bill Gates has a lot to do with a lot of this stuff. He said they want us defiling our temple willingly. Yeah, but yeah. And I think that's why they're being blatant with, oh yeah, we're putting bugs in it, or we're doing this and that with it. You're right. They want us to do it willingly. Barbecued, wait a minute. Barbecued German Shepherd, boiled Rottweiler lips, some poodles, and some noodles. That's a shame. That's a shame, but I bet it's not far fetched. I bet it's not far fetched. Remember what? Yeah. Mm. It's illegal to gather rainwater, like, bro. It's from the sky. How they own the sky, fam. He said, nope, harp. Mm. I mean, it's hard to forget about harp. And whatever the earthquake maker that they have going on. I'm just learning out that now we have earthquakes here. We have earthquakes here. I hardly ever feel them, but they happen. There's a fault, I guess, about 40 miles away from me, but more and more I'm seeing on the news that we're having earthquakes. And what's that one that just hit? It was a 7.7 in Thailand. I mean, I don't know if all those are being done with the earthquake maker, but mm. You said isn't Thailand or somewhere get epic earthquake backshots like 10,000 people died or something? Yeah, they lose lives. Let me look and see how many. Yeah, it looks like so far, 2 days ago, at least 1,600 people passed. But yeah, they do have devastating earthquakes. It's a verse in Revelation talk about the heart will be harping. Oh yeah, I'll have to look that one up. But shoot, they know. Planes crashing. You know what? And that's. I'm glad you brought that up. I need to watch it. I have it in my watch later. But Tucker Carlson was interviewing a lady, and she was explaining why we're seeing so many plane crashes. And so I wanted to take a look at that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if these things are being caused or if the earth is just tired. Judgment has come on the land. I don't know. I do not know. I mean, but it's, I mean, it's a good way to get rid of a lot of people. If they are doing it that way. It's a shame. You're so evil. What truly frightens me is CERN. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's definitely a very frightening scenario, especially to the point where whatever they're doing up there is supposed to rent the sky. And all I can think about is Revelation, where the sky is rolled up like a scroll. And they like doing that, don't they? CERN is some nightmare fuel. Them dudes said we don't know what we're opening up. Then don't I know they like doing this again, like the girl with the doggone substance in the box. She didn't ask enough questions. She didn't know what was good. I'm really mad about her not asking no questions, but they here's the thing, they know it's not something good. That part they've said out loud. That part they've said out loud. And I don't know why they want to do it so bad. And the thing is, they're so smart and they have such a desire to do what it is they're doing. There's nothing that can stop them. Nothing at all. Project Blue Beam. Yeah. And I feel like that's getting revved up more and more these days. I mean, there's always been talk of alien invasions and things like that, but more and more we're seeing um, aliens be talked about on the mainstream media. CERN will be taking away all the power of God's word, which actually is God. Allow us to truly feel and live in hell and let darkness and Antichrist have the world entirely. I mean, that's what they want, obviously, right? They want to take us back to a time and explain the beginning to us without God so they can indoctrinate us with whatever comes next. I mean, which is essentially atoms and all that kind of stuff because determinism and all that. But I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do. And I think Project Bluebeam will also do the same thing as well. Because for some, because there are some people that believe that the aliens are who created us. And so if they can actually prove that there are aliens, then who's to say that they didn't create us? So yeah, I think they can use this whole Project Bluebeam in a lot of different ways. At the end of Terminator 3, when TX was melting, that was the CERN machine being shown a few years before it became mainstream known. Oh, really? Ah, man, I would have to check that out again. I haven't seen Terminator 3 in a long time, but that's crazy. Mm-mm. He said they want order out of chaos. Yeah. But that's circular logic, if anything, though, Epiphany. Well, I don't I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if it has to make sense to them. I mean, it makes sense to them. I'll say that. It makes sense to them. Yeah, it makes sense to them. But they're gonna do it. Yeah, they're gonna no one's gonna stop them. Just like the lady with the cloning that's in charge of cloning humans. She was like, nothing's gonna stop me from doing this. So when these people got evil on their mind, nothing you can do about it. Because again, you got to remember they have a mission as well. Just like we want Jesus to come back, they want the Antichrist to come. So just as how we're working hard to be good or to do well, be good and faithful servants, they're trying hard to be good and faithful servants as well, but on the other side. They're doing whatever their gods told them to do in order for their gods to come back to this earth. So they're acting like they don't know what's going to happen, but you can't tell me that they're not man, you can't tell me they're not in contact with other beings that tell them this stuff. You said, may I say something controversial? Absolutely. I believe so. Now you got me worried with the disclaimer, but yes, absolutely. They're using baby feeders for facial cream. What? Baby feet. When you say baby feeders, what do you mean by baby feeders? I know that people like Sandra Bullock are using baby penises. Her and Ellen's words, not mine. But yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff like that. He said, also, did you see my hip hop video I did a while ago? I'm gonna redo it with some more additional content. But I left it. Yes, and I went back to check it out again, and so I did see that it was private. So yeah, let us know when you put that up so we can see it. So we can see it again. Yeah, because I went back to check. I was like, is he making more videos? You said Brian got me worried. Now I know we're waiting. We're gonna wait. Okay, so baby fetus. Oh, okay. They're using yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for words because that's exactly what they're doing. They can't keep it out the food. They can't keep it out of the hair and makeup. I mean, they can't. Just nasty. Just nastiness. If Jesus comes back, Black ain't gonna follow him because he's gonna look like them. Black, I ain't lying. Well, I mean, shoot, it's a lot of. I can definitely see that, but I'll just say a lot of people are looking for something else. I'll say that a lot of people are looking for something else, and yeah. Sorry, that just reminded me of Bobby Hemmett. I gotta touch on him a little bit. We gotta do a video on him because I feel like a lot of Black people are gonna be by that time are gonna be following after that type stuff. More mothership type stuff. Nope, I gotta watch it again. I'm sorry, I have a bad memory. That's why I had to watch that movie right before I did this live because I would not remember. Um, but yeah, yeah, if you can make it public again, I'll definitely give you my feedbacks. My feedback, and let you know again, or let you know. You say, yep, nope. I'm gonna check you out, bro. Yeah, absolutely. And that goes for everybody. Like, let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you're up to. If you need that support, I'm gonna start putting more resources up on the Patreon, like because I know a lot of people want to make videos and a lot of people want to just do different things. Um, so I could definitely show you where, or even just find the information for you. I definitely don't mind doing that. I know last week we talked about how to make money as a digital media company. So I was like, you know what, I can go check that out and do a little bit of digging. So yeah, so just let us know what y'all need so we can rally around. But yeah, it's private. Okay, so you made it public yesterday. Okay, cool. We'll definitely check that out. I still have that link. As a matter of fact, if you want, you can post a link in here. YouTube should let you do it. But yeah, y'all. Let me see what else. Like I said, I've been kind of off the social media this week. I'm seeing a lot more, and this is another reason why I say a lot of Black people are going to follow the mothership type of teachings, because I'm seeing a lot more pastors showing off their letters. And a lot of pastors are pledging now. It's not even something that they did a while ago. A lot of these new pastors are now getting initiated. So I think I saw, I want to say Jamal Bryant crossed, and one or two other people. I was just like, man, because what is that? That's going to make your congregation is going to want to follow. They're not going to see anything wrong with it. They're going to want to follow after you. It's a shame. He said, I think my next video, which will take mad long, is every religion is just one huge religion. Essentially, it's all based on some portion of the Trinity that only Christianity fully completes. Yeah, I can agree to that as well. Especially with the Atlantis video I did, and I saw how even the underworld has a trinity, but it's an evil trinity. So yeah, but they want to say that Christianity is the copy. Like, no. But I think just seeing the same concepts in a lot of, and pretty much in all the religions, I think that should prove something as well. That we're all aware of the spiritual things. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I saw. There's a carnal, spiritual version of the Trinity that all religions, when combined, fully completes falsely what Christianity completes within itself. Yeah. And I think that's why people, it's easy to get mixed up. It's easy to get. I don't know. No, I wouldn't say it's easy. I think you can allow yourself to be led astray. I think that's what happens. You allow yourself to be led astray because you don't want God to be true. And that's what I said to someone in the comments not too long ago. They were saying that the Bible is misleading. I'm like, no, I think you just wanted to tell you that you're God, and it's not going to ever do that. It's telling you the opposite of that. And so when you have to bow down and worship God, you're confused. You're like, why would I need to? Because perhaps the Bible is talking about the mothership type of things. It's just writing in an old English dialect, so we picture medieval time period. Star Wars even said a long time ago. Just a thought. Well, okay. So when I think of mothership, excuse me. See, I'm thinking. Let me try to pull it up. Like I'm thinking on some ancestor worship type of thing. I'm trying to see if they'll give me a good definition of it. No, I'll have to pull it. Because it's something that Bobby Hemmett talks about, and I don't think I've ever seen a concept like that in the Bible. But I'll have to do a video and break it down. Because Bobby Hemmett be so all over the place to me. You got to really listen closely to what he talks about. Yeah, because his has to do with the star Sirius and traveling and doing all that kind of stuff. Like Hinduism is more enlightened version of atheism, but atheism is the caveman's Luciferianism, where Luciferianism is the rich man's Satanism. That is a mouthful, but for real though. So actually, the next video after Hollow Earth is Hinduism. I'm trying to go down the list that everyone gave me. So Hinduism will definitely be next, but I guess I never thought about Hinduism being like atheism. Because what's weird is that they believe in the breath. They believe that breath is very important to their religion, but they don't. And I think they do attribute it to like a great spirit, but they don't go anything further than that. No, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for your video because I want to see how you break this down. I'm very interested to see that. I'm very interested. Yeah. I don't even know if atheism is as prevalent as it used to be. I think people are finding that it's bankrupt. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Um, sorry, I'm trying to think of some things. Some other thing. I feel like we're going to these subjects fast. Yeah, what is I mean there's a lot of religions that we need to touch on. Hinduism, Mithraism, Baha'ism. There's a lot of ones that we can break down. But to me, I think they all lead to Luciferianism. Because I don't think anybody's truly an atheist. I don't think so. They believe in something, even if it's themselves as God. They believe in something. But anyways, um, what else I got to get on the list? Yep, they all lead to Luciferianism. It's just a break off points and rebranding. It gets semantical after a while. Pretty much. Pretty much. But yeah, y'all. So, what was I gonna say? Hmm. Hindus believe in the spirit, but scientists believe in the quantum realm. Yeah, but and it's so crazy because once you get down to it, they're usually saying the same things. Yeah, exactly. No rebranding. They're usually saying the same things. One guy told me that you don't need to use the word spirit anymore because we have other words for it. I'm like, okay, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but at the end of the day, you're still talking about the spirit. You just don't want to say spirit because you know it relates to God, and you're trying to be a hardcore atheist in these comments. So, mm-mm. Speaking of, so this is totally off subject, but what I saw this meme last week, but I wasn't sure. What do y'all have y'all heard anything about mirrors and them facing your bed? Is that something that y'all do or don't do? I don't care too much. It doesn't bother me at all, but I've seen some really weird things in regards to mirrors facing the bed. Saying the exact same thing, like I ain't scientist says the way that they use the quantum realm or something is how they get answers to their projects and stuff, like some supercomputer. Exactly, because at one point they'll say, "Oh, it's a nothing," but then when you press them on what nothing is, then they come up with the quantum realm and how it's supercharged. Yeah, it's again anything but to say God, because they know that it's an energy source. They know that light is energy, energy is light. I mean, but I feel like I've always kind of, if you really look into what most of these scientists believe, it's on some, they have a belief system that they're relying on. I'll just say that. And I think that's why they have, yeah, you're really taught a religion when in school. You're really taught a religion in school. Especially when I started researching what determinism was and atoms and where that all came from and originated from. I was like, oh, y'all teaching us your religion this whole time. So yeah, peep that. Mm-mm. He said, ew, I don't want no mirror facing any angle of my bed. Well, they say it's on some like capturing souls type thing. They say a lot of witches don't. They even said Michael Jackson didn't have mirrors in his bed, but I've seen the thread and it had over 2,000 something comments on it, about people saying this. And again, I don't have a superstition in it, but I just feel like a lot of people live by it. Yeah. And people are trying to liken it to God, but I don't think so. I don't think that's anything. The Amen, the Anunnaki, the Natiru, Elohim, black extraterrestrials, or simply God, hell, apocalypse, off, X-Men. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that a long time ago where they were saying how the X-Men were pretty much the Anunnaki and the superhero. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know who watched my video on Patreon where I was breaking down how Gene Hackman's ranch was near Epstein's ranch, and how they were talking about that there was these black, I have to go back and look at it, but there's these black pretty much aliens that they've encountered, and they look like black people, but they're short in stature. They have these bald heads, and apparently they've been communicating with them out there. I got to look more into that. But when you said black extraterrestrials, that made me remember that. And apparently they have something to do with crop circles. But it's so much weird stuff. Like, you don't know who's telling the truth or not. He said, well, there's some ritual regarding witches using mirrors as to where to reach into the alternate reality or sending monitoring spirits via mirrors. Okay. Yeah, there was, man, I wish I could, I have to look at it again because I had never ever heard of these people before. So, I wonder if oh, there they go. What were they called? Okay, let me see if I could look this up real quick. Napa Manguma Boys. Okay, I thought I could look it up by how they saved the picture as, but of course it's not going to pull up. I'll have to. Ew, they got Jeffrey Epstein on an island with boys, though. When you look this up, what in the heck is going on? Okay, I'll have to. I have the picture on my phone, but I'll have to find out what their name was and post it because, yeah, it's really, yeah. These are really weird looking people. I have to do some more research on them. Yeah, I have to look that up. Like the crystal ball type ritual gypsies were known for when you cast smoke near mirrors or something. Yeah, what's crazy is that it seems like a lot of people are into this or have heard about it and live by it. Yeah, I don't know. He said Marvel actually showed this in a movie type in a scene from Scarlet Witch escapes mirror dimension. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people were saying that they don't, but yeah, that's weird. Someone told me the other day that gypsy was not, it was a derogatory term. And they made me realize that when we say, oh, I'm getting gypped, we're talking about the stereotype or the behavior of gypsies. I was like, oh, I guess I never thought about that. Said a brother called Mentellect is saying when the Bible talks about God, it's referring to black extraterrestrials and Egyptian gods were actual people. Think black Kryptonians. See, yeah. I think I've heard something like that. But doesn't that go back to like the big-headed scientist and all of and how they feel like those are the people that created us? So yeah, so again, back to pretty much circle back. I think that's what people, if black people are going to be on, the ones that have fallen away or that were never on it in the first place, that's the type of stuff that they're going to be on. Because you can't say nothing about Kemet and Egyptian gods. They're not going to let you talk down on them. I don't know. Black Kryptonians. I'm trying to see what they have on some of this stuff. They actually have you seen this? Oh, it's a Spider-Man. It's a Spider, never mind. I thought it was a book. It was like the mystery of the Black Kryptonian. Oh, but it is about an African American superhero, like but like a Superman. Now, is there a religion behind that? I feel like there has to be some type of religion that believes that Black people are superheroes. I believe it was a derogatory term for those women who weren't conformed to traditional standards, and so that's the same origin point for feminism, I think. Oh, mm, that's it. That's interesting that those two would come from the same place. I mean, Superman's real name was Kal Kal, yeah, and his father was named Jor El. Sounds like two brothers out hooping. Look, they got it. I feel like it has to come from somewhere. And they're pretty much likening it to Black Panther's Wakanda. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. It said gypsies were unhusbanded, and didn't conform to traditional family values, and also didn't conform to the Christian or Catholicism, and were spiritually enlightened. Mm. Now, were they? Let me look. Let me look. Because every time you see them, or like when they're picturing them in movies, they are always with the crystal ball. So were they the fortune tellers also? Or how did they get that stereotype? Oh, they're Romani slaves were shipped from the Americas with Columbus in 1498. Spain sent Romani slaves to their Louisiana colony between 1762 and 1800. An Afro-Romani community exists in St. Martin Parish due to intermarriage between freed African American and Romani slaves. They have a population here in America of about 1 million people. That's weird. Why I'm still trying to figure out how they got the bad rep. I don't know. Yes, they were fortune tellers too. Okay, because I'm like every movie I've seen them in, that's what they're doing. So is that why they're considered spiritually enlightened? People think they can see the future. Hmm. They were the origin point of feminism, and were the origin of spiritual enlightenment movement. They led a spiritual movement that then made political waves via social reform. Okay. Mm. Interesting. I guess I never thought of there being a connection, but yeah, I never would have assumed that connection. Black people have no animal DNA and white people get sunburned in the sun. Superman should have been black because he gets his energy from the sun, and Black Panther should have been White Panther. Okay. Wait, okay, so then my question becomes, do you think other races have animal DNA? I mean, I know that they believe that we're primates, but is that actually because they think because they're telling us what they are? I don't believe that. I'm Adam and Eve. I'm into that, but for example, crystal balls and Ouija boards were made popular as a result in this said social movement that originally was sued from gypsies to gain knowledge from the other side. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense why they're always shown that way. As a definition, it says an inerrant person or any person suspected of making a living from dishonest practices or theft, a member of a nomadic people, not necessarily Romani. Mm, okay. I kind of want to see the tie between that and feminism, though. Oh, because I mean, I get where I guess the unmarried part or the hating of traditional values. Okay, I guess. Black folk got woolly hair. Everyone else has straight hair. Only my thoughts. Oh, okay. Okay. The history books took out the real context and history surrounding gypsies who were first hated. Think about that. If America started out Christian, how did we all get all different religions? Okay. I mean, I don't know why they told that lie in the first place. I guess I'm thinking, I don't know why they told that lie in the first place because they were getting away from, they were coming over here for quote unquote religious freedom. So they wanted to be free from religion. So I don't know why all of a sudden it was deemed a Christian nation. But okay. I guess. I don't know. Okay, y'all. Got a dip, Brian. Good to see you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for being here and contributing to the conversation. I hope you have a good night. So yes, since gypsies were looked down upon, they culturally remains unhusbands, so they made that their primary identity. Also, that's why in feminism there is an hatred against Christianity. Well that I mean that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Um But man, it's spreading like wildfire. I guess that's what I'm just thinking about. It's spreading like wildfire here. Um, this feminism thing. You said as it was told. Please elaborate. Please elaborate. Because I remember, I mean, because when it first came out, feminism, when it first was spoken about, it was just about having equality with men being able to do the things that, oh, okay, um, women be able to do things that men can do. And shoot, now throughout the years, it has turned into something totally different. And again, I don't know if that's what it was intentionally, meant to be, and they just lied to us at first, or if things just took a turn for the worse. No problem. We'll be waiting. Um, yeah. Oh, that's weird. Mr. Edelson, how you doing today? How has your week been? Um, Let me skip down just one time. You said you work out much. Oh my. Yes and no. I'm a retired dancer. I probably will start getting back into it, but for now, I'm a retired dancer, and unfortunately, when I had my office and I was in door-to-door sales, I I worked so much that I had to close down my dance school, and really I couldn't really work out like that. I was working so much. So I'm going to start getting back into it, but yeah, I'm going to start getting back into it. But so as of now, no, I don't. But I got to get back on it, to be honest. I was literally just thinking about that today. Like, man, I used to be so into working out. Had the same six pack since I was 7 years old, So now I gotta get back to it. But yeah, I miss dancing. So I really want to get back to that because I was in my best shape when I was in track and dancing. So you said I typed it twice and it won't go through. YouTube blocking me. They probably are haters. Hateration in the dancery. Um, I wonder why though. I wonder if it's a trigger word or what. That's why within the fabric of feminism is spiritual rebellion because of gypsies. Well, they're doing a good job. I'll say that. Their movement or whatever happened, they're doing a great job because women are living for that feminist mindset. It sounds like no, I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, it's too much men hating for me. I'll just say that. I'll leave it like that. It's too much men hating for me. Would you say life for most people is enjoyable, or are they distracted and lying to themselves? Ooh, great question. Listen, I'm gonna come back to the question. Y'all are so funny. I'll say that. Y'all are so funny. I was gonna say that it sounds like a lot of lesbianism to me. Like feminism sounds like a lot of lesbianism to me. It's too much. It'd be too much about women on women, and I don't understand it. That's what I was gonna say. I'll leave that. But do I think that most people in life are are having an enjoyable life, or are they distracted lives to themselves? I think it's split. I don't know how much are on one side than the other, but there are a lot of people that are enjoying their lives, but it's on purpose. It's not that they don't have bad days. It's not that they don't ever go through things. It's not that they've never been broke or lost their job. It's not anything like that, but they just choose to enjoy or be content with, I should say, be content with what they have. Um, and I run into those people all the time. But yes, there are a large number of people that are distracted and lying to themselves. And I think they are louder right now than the people who are living life enjoyable. I think kind of just like we were talking about earlier with the whole movie and how you want to be, you put yourself through so much to be perfect that you end up hating yourself. You already hated yourself, but you hate yourself even more to the point that you just start destroying yourself through surgeries and medicines and all that kind of stuff. Oh man. I also think the difference is those who believe in God and those who don't. Because, yeah, we have our little saying, like believers have their little sayings, to keep them afloat and to keep them motivated. And people who don't have God don't have any hope. And so they got to tell themselves lies to get through the day. So yeah, that's a great question, but I think it's a mixed bag. If you talk to a lot of older people, a lot of them are enjoying their lives. A lot of young people are very, very miserable. And I don't, yeah. So basically, I said, do you believe what Hitler did was a psyop and didn't happen the way it was told? They won't let me say, oh, I've been hearing about that. I didn't know that his name was a cuss word, but I guess so. Do I believe that what he did was a psyop and didn't happen the way it was told? I can't say that. No, I think how they told us it happened. It happened. But from my understanding, okay, so here's what I didn't know. My husband had to tell me this the other day, that it was Christians who put Hitler into power. And I asked him, well, what made them believe that he was a Christian to where they were following him to put him in power? But he wasn't unsure about that part. But no, I think from my research, Hitler was into the occult, and he was very known to be into conversations with the aliens and having them give him alien technology because remember, they say that Hitler had the UFO looking spaceships back when he was alive. Like, those are not a new concept. So he was into it with those people down below the earth, or whatever you want to call them. And he was trading lives. He was trading lives for that technology. Yeah. So no, I can't. Yeah, I think it happened the way they said it happened. What do you think, though? That's a great question. What do you think about that? Is gypsies? They got gypsies. Where you from, Auntie? Where I've seen. Okay, so I didn't know that they were personally gypsies, but Like I told you, I used to work door to door, and I remember the lady I was working with, she was like, no, we're not doing their house because they're gypsies. And she told me why. And I was like, oh, okay. Would have never known because I thought they were some type of Hispanic. So I think in certain areas here, but to be honest, I couldn't tell you who they are. I couldn't tell you what a gypsy is from another race of people. Because I'm seeing some are black. Again, the ones I saw looked Hispanic. The ones on TV I seen look white. So I don't know. I'm very ignorant to that. I can actually answer that for you. Homosexuality is self-worship. So feminism is just the more religious version of homosexuality for women, in my opinion. And I can see that. It's just way too much. Even when I hear girls girl, I'll be like, ugh, what you mean you're a girl's girl? Like, what does that even mean? No. Like, I can agree with women. I don't got no problem with that. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I don't have a problem saying that just because you're a woman and I'm a woman. That's weird. He said, nope. Yeah, you're right. That's a nice way of interpreting it. Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I don't know why they hate men so much. Homosexuality is carnal worship, where feminism is spirit mental worship. But I think that I also think that feminism has to be I think it's going to be one of the most prevalent, religions. I think it's a religion. I think it's going to be very prevalent in the end times, like it is now. I think it's just going to get stronger because you have to subdue the strong man if you're going to take over. So you have to make the men become weak and put the weaker vessel ahead of him. So that we're not thinking with, practicalities, we're thinking with emotions and all that stuff. So yeah, I think they have to be here in the end times. I've heard that the camps were prisons and all that. We learned more about that than we did slavery in school. Seemed exaggerated to me. Um, Now, okay, so then that brings up my question. Well, not even a question. Why was it important for them to tell us that? That's what your comment says to me. Why was it important for them to tell us about the Holocaust and not about anything else, or and not really get into slavery? I don't know. I don't know though. Could it be because they were trying to foretell with FEMA camps and stuff? I don't know. But yeah, I didn't hear too much. But and again, and I hate to no, I do want to bring this up because I was thinking about that after our conversation last week when we were talking about reparations and why they won't give it to Black people. And I think also the reason for that is because then you would have to admit that what you did was wrong. And they don't want to do that. So they're not going to teach you about slavery in school. And they're not going to give you reparations. Because then we have to tell you what we did and admit to it. And they're not going to do that. Considering the J word controls everything, I wouldn't be surprised they won't let me say it. I bet. I bet. Mm. Yeah, I don't know why they would be. Yeah, now that really has me thinking, what would be the reason why they would tell us about that? Black gypsies. I only know Romani and and Irish. They Hispanic looking ones you talked about. Probably Romani. Probably. Um, Again, never really looked into it at all. To be honest, I don't even know why we were talking about gypsies the other day. But I guess because we be in conversation just like we're in conversation. So I don't know. It is well because if God is masculine, then what must Lucifer be? Not bashing women. I'm saying Lucifer will juxtapose God in any way he can, so naturally feminism will grow in an evil world. Yeah, I mean they. I mean pretty much. I mean they show Baphomet with androgynous character, so I think that's what it is. I honestly think it's because they run everything. I haven't seen people say anything bad as far as that topic goes. People get more upset about that than 9/11. I mean, because there's so many people that say it didn't happen. Um, yeah, so many people say it didn't happen. And yeah, there's just a big divide about that. But you got people with tattoos, like they were tattooed in the prison camps. Um, I don't know. I guess I want to know the reasons why people say it didn't happen. But you said people get more upset about that than 9/11. Mm. And I guess I'm thinking, is that because of because one set is Jays and the other ones are Muslims, or what they told us were Muslims that did it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only reason I can think of. But I don't know, but to act like it didn't happen, it's just weird. I hate seeing American politics suck off the Jays. Like, why we deriding a whole country that don't help us? We have political commentators defend Israel for rigging phones, bombing civilians. It's a wonder. But the one who has the money controls everything. So they know, you know, these people have so much money that they can bankrupt everything. If they pull their money, Congress ain't getting paid, the government ain't getting, deep state ain't getting paid. So they gotta deride. And that's what, and then I think a lot of people are also worried. I mean, just speaking about people having so much money that you really can't touch them. A lot of people are worried about the amount of money that Elon Musk has accumulated. And I think he just sold a company to himself for another 33 billion or something crazy like that. But and they're just worried about how much power he's going to have. He said, "Don't say that again, Pippin. They got a D ride. It's crazy. Listen, they got to do what they got to do. That's what." Yeah, it's a touchy subject. At the end of the day, America works with leaders from all over the world. We're all getting played, pretty much. They all go sit at them round tables and have conversations about what they're going to do for the next 20 years, what chaos they're going to cause in order to make it come about, all that stuff. People still argue over Democrat and Republican. It's all the same. I know it. That's why, like I told you, I don't even get into politics like that because they out here playing. Said, dang, I almost missed y'all. I was cleaning up these coyotes trying to chomp on my goats. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I know that is the truth. Because it was a period of time where these coyotes they were being seen out here, and when I tell you they were snatching up people's dogs out the yard, people were waking up and woof, and all of a sudden, dog was gone. So I hope you, yeah, I know you got to get that under control. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and he just buy Twitter from himself. Exactly. He just trading money between himself. But hey, yeah, if he just didn't, again, whatever he decides, he's going to be able to fund whatever he decides, and we're going to have to go along with it. America is really one big corner whore. Okay. Pardon my French, getting pumped and dumped. Okay. But isn't that why it's considered Babylon the Great? Because she can't say no. She's just getting ran through. Yeah. It's that, oh yeah, definitely. If you have dogs under 30 pounds out here, they're on the menu. I have a double extra large, bullies and cane corsos. They can fend for themselves, but my critters can't. Oh man. Man, man, man. Well, I definitely hope they're safe. Yeah, they had to put out a whole and I don't ever know. Yeah, I don't know what happened to them coyotes, but we're on a rampage out here. Did you ever watch the NLE Choppa video where he spoke on space? No, I didn't. I did not find that video. Do you know what platform it was on? Oh wait, I think I see it. No, they don't have the actual like clip of it, but I guess. Okay, I think I might have found a video that has it. My apologies. I was really off the net this week. I was trying to, man, get some stuff up and going. But kudos to that man. I'll say that. Kudos to that man. I don't know what else he knows, but yeah. I don't know if he says anything else worth listening to, but kudos to him for that. We well, usually my property is gated by a 6-foot fence. We had 75-mile-per-hour winds here, and an acre of the fence fell. I've been rehanging it until I'm done. All my critters are at risk. Oh man. Um, yeah, dang. So do the dogs stay outside at night to protect them, or you saw the new KFC commercial called All Hail Gravy. No, I don't have I don't have cable, so I don't, or I should say I don't watch it. I don't have cable. But no, but I don't want to be vulgar, but if I'm not mistaken, gravy is a euphemism for booty leakage. So sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say it, but when you're getting hit anally, I guess that's what results. So I hope the heck they ain't talking about that. It's oh goodness gracious. That's disgusting. Listen, I stopped eating KFC because remember they used to have those chicken bowls. Had the chicken, the mashed potatoes, and the corn. Those were so good. They were like $5. Then when they came out and said that they were 3D printing chicken, they were no longer using real chicken. That was the last I even looked KFC's way. You said it's weird as hell. They basically telling people we're eating shiznai. That's not chicken if you do eat KFC. I know, so gross. Ugh. Like, what is wrong with these people that you think about serving poo? Yeah, my dogs watch over everything, but I don't like them getting on the coyotes. Oh, rabies is rare, but I've put 2 dogs down. Okay, from getting it from the coyotes or rabbits twice in 10 years. Man, okay, wow, goodness gracious. And that rabies ain't no joke. I've seen it in like raccoons. It's like 2 minutes. You should watch it. I haven't ate KFC in so many years. Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah, so disgusting. Okay, called Hail Gravy. Just the thought of it sound nasty as heck. It says stay away from lab meat. You'd be surprised how many places are using it. I wish they'd tell us. I wish they would put out a list. Somebody let us know. I cannot eat McDonald's in Timor. Mm-mm. You just know it's wrong. Like when you bite into it, you just know, like, I'm eating somebody. He said, I left for 5 minutes. What the fudge is gravy and booty liquid should having so I don't know. I can't tell you the ins and outs of how it goes down. I don't know. But I've heard a few, let's just say I've heard some people talking and they call that stuff gravy. I don't know what stuff because I don't know, but they were talking about it. That's so gross. Yeah, uh, just thinking about the KFC commercial. Haven't ate McDonald's in years. After all, fast food is fake meat. It can be kids or deer ankles. You never know. Not deer ankles. I want to believe places like Whataburger, that it's a Texas chain. They might have started somewhere else though. I want to believe that they have real meat, But I even hear places like Sonic end up with an F rating. Wendy's, I don't know, just looks, I don't know. I haven't eaten Wendy's in a long time either. Burger King. Yeah, a lot of places I haven't eaten. Now I will eat a burger from Whataburger, but other places I've been trying to stay away from as much as possible. Man, that's just so sad. Burgers are so good. Mm. I was surprised that YouTube let me keep up my HEK 193 video because I was talking about the fetal alcohol cells in different brands. TikTok blocked me real quick, but YouTube let it stay up. I think a lot of those companies have since removed the fetal cells out of their foods, but it was a lot of companies that were doing it. When we had that chicken shortage not too long ago, people should have just stopped and found another food. I know. And I think I saw a video that made a good point about how much Chick-fil-A serves, how much chicken they serve every day, and where the heck these chickens are coming from. I don't want to think about it, but goodness. Have you seen the nutritionist videos that show McDonald's food doesn't mold or break down after being in a glass container for 10 years? It's not real food. Yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen where they put it in a chemical and it just turns brown. Oh, yeah. So disgusting to even think about. And to be honest, I want to say that my brother is the first person that broke McDonald's food not molding. This is not being on a video, not nothing like that, just in real life. Was like, hey, sister, McDonald's food doesn't mold. Let me show you. I'm like, oh, what? So yeah, some scary stuff. McDonald's renamed their beef company 100% Beef. They now claim their food is 100% beef. What a legal way to get around the BS. They're selling mystery meat. Wait, hold on. 100% beef. Now they claim that its food is 100% beef. Oh, yeah, exactly. So what the heck were they selling before or now? Bob spoke on McDonald's some years ago, but nobody takes him serious, so it fell on deaf ears. I'll say I take Bob seriously. Um, but no, one man came out and said that McDonald's meat is ground up human meat. So I don't know. But I also think people are just getting used to eating it too, so it doesn't. They're trying to make us so used to eating people. So gross. And Dr. Aiden. Oh, okay. I wonder if that's the guy that I've seen talking about it. Let me see if I can pull him up and look at his face. And of course, as soon as you type all that in, the first articles are all about it being debunked. They always put the debunking videos first. You got to, go to the second and third pages of Google because they're. Mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know why somebody would just lie like that. and say that it's human meat when it's not. What what would they have to gain by doing that? You just laying in your bed like, I think I'll make a video about how McDonald's meat is human meat. I mean, it could be, but I really doubt it. Mm-mm. I think they're just trying to make it normal. About like when Nipsey spoke on Dr. Sebi, he died shortly after, even though that's probably unrelated. I mean, that's what they say, but pretty much everybody surrounded with everybody that was outed as going to him all died. And there might be some people I don't know about, but again, you had MJ going to him, Left Eye went to him, Nipsey Hussle. So I don't know what. But I will say about the Dr. Sebi thing. I don't know if you guys have known anyone who's actually gone and tried the alkaline diet. Um, I had a friend try it and he didn't like it. Like the alkaline water really affected him a certain kind of way. Um, yeah. So I don't know. Young Scooter got sacrificed recently also. I didn't even know who the young man was. I hear he's a legend in the area. I feel bad for not knowing him, but I mean, they claim that I guess that he had beat his girlfriend and then was running from the police and they shot him. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you, couldn't get me to be a rapper these days because I don't know if it's because they're still in the streets or what. But ain't no way all y'all die like that. Mm, yeah, I don't know. I did see the picture of them. He was a sacrifice for Future. He hasn't gave up too much recently. I did see them together, and I was like, wasn't sure. Because yeah, you're right. You don't really hear too much going on around Future except for all the kids he be having. You so silly. You said after 28, we need to drop the word young out their name. I know, right? I know. Just like the Lil Wayne, Lil Zane. That's funny. But the industry gonna keep on sacrificing. Couldn't be me. Lil Beezy going to jail for conspiracy to commit murder or whatever the charges are, but that's crazy. But then listening to his lyrics the other day, like he was already talking about that's what he does or that's what he do. So I guess we shouldn't have been too surprised. But yeah, it looks like this guy Scooter has been working with Future since at least 2018. So not too long, but long enough to have made some songs with him. They be in pictures with each other and then killing each other off. It's crazy. Well, Future was extremely successful for the last 2 years. He needed to do something to pay for that much fame, pretty much. Mm-mm. You saw where Tech Nine said he saw Lil Wayne come up with the verse live, and Wayne just looked up at the ceiling, mumbling, and made a whole verse on the spot, like he's pulling lyrics from another place. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, the only thing is, I guess I'm just trying to, you know, go over my mental Rolodex. I don't think I've ever heard anything about Lil Wayne on that type of time. Yeah, he does talk about the devil and Satan. He does. But other than that, you don't hear him talk about being possessed or channeling spirits and stuff like. I mean, he might. Maybe I've skipped over that part, but mm, I mean, maybe so. Maybe so. He said Wayne pulls lyrics out of the quantum realm. Maybe so. I mean, I would hate to think that he's not just, that good. But knowing what I know, I don't put it past him. And you're from New Orleans too, so it's not like you don't know about witchcraft. Hmm. Too sad, too sad. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna call it an early night tonight. You said Wayne was into booty stuff heavy with Birdman. I sure hate it for him. I mean, he acts like that stuff didn't go down, but there's definitely been some suspect things that he said and done. Oh, Wayne definitely mentioned Satan a few times in his songs. I know Currency is down with the agenda, but he hides it well. Who it like I've heard of it, that name, but again, some of these people I couldn't tell you any of their songs. I don't even know what this man looked like. Hold on. Okay. I think I've seen him. He looked like a broke down Dave Chappelle when he was playing the crackhead on the Chappelle show. That's what he looked like. Okay. Maybe I know a few of his songs, but yeah, I don't know him like that. I don't know. I guess though. Listen, as I was watching that movie, I was like, if that's what it takes, just for you to be on top. Well, that and Wayne straight up kissed Birdman multiple times. I've seen the videos myself. Yeah, he's definitely has. I just don't know if they was pumping, pumping and humping. Currency is from New Orleans. He was signed to Cash Money, No Limit, and signed with Dame Dash. He definitely hides it pretty good. People say he low key be pimping out black. I ain't trying to be a hater, but I'm looking at his picture and you got to be down and out to let this man pimp you. I guess he looks better with his haircut, but goodness. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Mm-mm. I mean, but they're letting themselves get pimped out. They're doing this to themselves. At this point, they can't blame it on nobody else. Yeah, they can't blame it on nobody. But that's what they want. That's what they want to do. And he's best friends with the Wiz, with Wiz, like Wiz Khalifa or Wiz from overseas. Because there's one Wiz that Erica Mukisa be talking about, and how he sings about it in his songs, how he sold his soul, and that was the rapper who um stole her soul, I guess, for lack of a better choice of words. I guess. Okay. Wait, Wiz got pimped out himself pretty quick. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But they do that. Weird transformations. Wiz went from baggy clothes and camel shorts to tight pants and hair dye. They definitely do that. That's just like when they showed the transformation between with Pharrell and how he used to look, kind of like a skater type, and now it's just nail polish and handbags. You got to listen to that song with Mac Main and Lil Wayne called Sacrifice. They definitely into magic. Why do I feel like I've heard that song? But I'm going to listen to it again. But I feel like I've heard that, or somebody's played it. Like I said, if that's what you got to do to be on. I mean, and that's another reason why they said these people don't have mirrors in their house, because they can't even look at themselves. All the stuff they've done. Also got a star tatted, which inverted is the Baphomet symbol. Yeah. You talking about Birdman? Oh, or I might be thinking about somebody else. Because I know Birdman has that star tattoo on his head. He got a whole mixtape named Star Power. Mm-mm. Yeah, they be telling us in our face. Yeah, they. Okay, I meant Wiz, but Birdman all too. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that Wiz had a tattoo right there like that, but Birdman. I remember when he got that. I'm just like, I don't think I knew what all that stuff was at that time, but I thought it was weird. Rick Ross and Jay-Z made a song called Freemason years ago. Nobody says nothing about it though. I think because people expect him to. I mean, maybe not Rick Ross, but people expect Jay-Z to be a Mason because I remember a long time ago when him and Nas came and they shook hands on stage, everybody called out the handshake. So he gets away with a lot. I'll just say that. Now they say the Carter 6 comes out June 6th. Oh, really? 666. Oh, wow. Mm-mm. Didn't know that. Can't take Nas seriously. He drank his own semen. Exactly. Exactly. Sometimes when he acts like he's not into the industry and stuff, I just give him the side eye because I remember those lyrics. I'm like, no, I remember when you said that that's what they had you do. And I got so many questions. I really do. I have a lot of questions. Mm-mm. But y'all, I'm gonna call it a night. When the wrath starts to take over, it's time to head to the bed. Nas just openly admitting rituals. Exactly. Nas deep in the industry, about as bad as Busta Rhymes. I'm actually shocked that Busta Rhymes is being called out like he is. Never before has anybody talked about Busta Rhymes being into men, but now every story after story, people like, no, he likes the men's. And I always thought he was married. Like I always thought that's why we didn't see him out and about. And I don't know if he's gay, but I thought he was married the whole time. So I don't know. And so you could tell years ago he was fruity, especially that video with OTP. I'll have to look at that. I didn't see it. But so Busta is the Dwight Howard of the rap game. Well, some like it. But I guess he said he fit in with a lot of people. So he don't stand out. Mm-mm. But all right, y'all. So this week again, finishing up. Sorry, I really got tied up this week. But finishing Hollow Earth. Hinduism is coming next. And we'll continue reading through the Bible on Saturdays. So far, 10 is working. And I'm gonna try to work my time around the 10 o'clock. And it won't be a long time. It'll probably just be an hour on Saturdays. I will just do a little bit of reading, get some questions answered. Other than that, again, continue to tap into the Patreon. Again, I'm gonna start putting more resources up there because I think I want that to be like an education center. I've been kind of just trying to revamp it. I've been having dreams about it. But yeah, share what you have, share what you're working on. If you want us to support, share what you're working on, so that we can do that. Other than that, I'm gonna stop yapping for tonight. I will see y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Each and every person that came here tonight, those who participated, those who are just here, everyone, the same thank you. I appreciate it. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.